If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. Hello, House on the Road subscribers and followers. So today I got an email from Kevin, and he was telling me that there was a conversation going on about AC refrigerators, or powering your camper with AC versus DC, on a very famous, very large YouTuber who has a web page where people can discuss, have conversation. In this conversation, my name came up. As a lot of you know, I have an AC refrigerator, and I power using a cheap inverter from Walmart. When the battery dies, I charge the battery using a battery charger. The battery charger is powered by a generator. And I've actually made a video about this, and I will put a link to that video right here. Now, the reason I do this is because in order to get a comparable DC refrigerator, it would cost me, I think, around $1,200, $1,500. The refrigerator I bought cost me $150. Now, even if the refrigerator only lasts a few years, I can replace it 10 times before I would even come close to matching the cost of the DC refrigerator. The refrigerator fits very nicely in the corner of our camper. Sits on a shelf. The leader of this web page that they were discussing, having this discussion on, he advocates this lifestyle is very easy to do, and he shows lots of videos where he shows almost anybody doing it. Little old ladies, people with very low incomes, and he shows off their van builds, and he shows off the way they do things. And so he really is advocating that it's not that complicated. And in his videos, he's trying to teach you how to do it. You know, he holds a seminar every year so people can come and join him and learn how to do this lifestyle, living out here in your car, van, truck, RV, whatever you have. Now, he also advocates that this can be a very cheap lifestyle. I've seen videos where he's got little old ladies living in cars. Now, me, on the other hand, I try to provide some caution. People have said that I'm negative, but I feel like I'm just trying to be realistic and honest. And I try to advocate that maybe it's not quite as easy as what's being advertised, and that there's some things that are kind of complicated. Now, I will admit that I feel like my electrical system is very non-complicated. That being said, that non-complicated system takes a lot of criticism. So, getting back to the thread where my channel was brought up, I'm paraphrasing a little bit so I don't have to read the whole thing to you. Somebody in this thread asked, can you run an AC refrigerator off a battery? And somebody replied, yes. Little House on the Road has a video that shows you how to do it. Well, here comes all the people saying how ridiculous I am. And one person actually watched 4 of my videos and now is completely convinced that I have no idea what I'm talking about. That it is not as easy as what I have described. It can't be that easy. No, you got to go buy at least a $500 DC refrigerator is what he says. And the only way to do it is off DC, because I am not considering the longevity of my cheap, inexpensive $80 battery versus a $300 battery. I'm running a noisy, inefficient generator. They also said that there is no way 2 adults can live in a truck camper with a refrigerator and all my wife's stuff and all my stuff. What is the story here? Can you do it inexpensively, as the group leader describes? Is it easy to do? And can you do it in confined spaces? Or is it the way the commenter, the follower of this YouTuber, the guy who runs the show, one of his people, actually several of his people, don't believe it's that easy, because the way I have described it is it just can't be done. It's too easy. So I guess I'm confused. Either it's easy and we all should come out here and live, or it's hard and expensive and you just got to have a huge space in order for 2 adults to live in. This is my point. I'm not here to tell you whether you should do this lifestyle or not. I want you to truly think about the reality. What is the real truth? Is it what the leader of it says is you can do it, or is it what some of his followers are saying is no, it takes a lot of money, you got to have the most expensive equipment in order to survive the treacherous road conditions that these vans have to run through, that it's complicated and you got to figure out how to wire it off. I actually watched one of his live feeds and he brought in an expert to talk about solar panels and batteries and everything, and there were people asking questions, and by the end, now I feel like I've done a pretty good job with my electrical system. I've done it twice, once in the pop-up camper and once in this truck camper, and both times it has worked very well. But by the end of this video, I was more confused about what they were telling me than I was wiring up my own truck. I'm not sure it's as easy as what they're trying to say it is. I really was. You got to have this kind of solar panel, you got to have this kind of charge controller, you got to have this kind of battery. Oh, but don't get this kind of battery to start with. You need to get this kind of battery to start with so you can learn how to ruin it and then learn how to not ruin it. I was like, what are you talking about? And it sounded very expensive to me by the time it was all said and done. And if I don't have any tools or skills to actually install this means I'm going to have to hire somebody. So now it's getting more expensive. And then, can I either live in a car, or is it a truck camper too small for 2 adults? I'm confused. I am absolutely confused by what is reality. Now, I recognize that what I'm doing can be done because I'm doing it. Is it easy or is it hard? I'm criticized a lot that I say it's too hard. If it's easy, and if the criticizers are correct and it's easy, then why is it all of a sudden when somebody rattles off Little House on the Road, well, they don't know what they're doing. They have no idea. They've made life too difficult on themselves. There's no way they can live in a truck camper with 2 adults. So please be aware that even the folks who follow that guy, that YouTuber, don't know the truth. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.